Once our application rebuilds, what we'll do is we'll create a directory called as screen, and inside screen we'll create a screen component that is called as home.tsx, and I'll say rnfes. That's great. And what I'll do is I'll move this whole code to the home component. We'll bring everything including the styles. Let's import everything which is missing. We also need to get our use effect and as well as the state, anime state, which we'll bring, and we'll do imports accordingly. And lastly, we need to get the URL. We'll put it here. Okay, this looks good. What we'll do is we'll remove this whole thing and let's import home. So if we do that, we can still see the same thing, right? Now there's a reason why we did that, because now we are going to implement the navigation. So we'll have a home screen. That home screen will have everything, the list of all the animes, and we'll also have a detail screen that will be anime detail screen, which will be a detail screen for a specific anime, right? So let's implement the navigation, right? So what we'll do is first and the foremost, we'll create a variable called as app stack navigator, and we'll say create stack navigator. So you can see that a function gets imported from React navigation stack, right? Now what we'll do is we'll remove this home and we'll import another component called as navigation container, and inside navigation container we'll put app stack navigator, and we'll say dot navigator, and inside that we'll have app stack navigator dot screen, and we'll give the name as home, and it will ask for a component, and we'll say home. Now when we do that, you can see that some things changed, right? So we still have our home, which essentially has all of the anime components, but now we can see one extra header, right? So basically what we have just done is that we have implemented navigation, and when we implement navigation we define the screens. So the screens which we have defined here is right now just the home screen, and the home screen refers to the component home, right? Now we can also see that there is a header, right? But I don't want this header. So what I'll do is I'll do control option so I can get suggestion, and I'll say screen options, and I'll say header shown as false. Okay, that again looks back to what we were actually building, right? Now the next thing which we want is we want one screen where we can click, and when we click we'll be able to see the details, right? So let's create one more screen called as anime details screen, and the extension will be txx, and I'll say rnfes. Now we have the screen, right? That's great, right? What we'll do now, we'll say anime details screen, and it will point to anime details screen. Okay, we did that, but nothing happened, right? So before we start performing any action, let's actually build this screen. Now the point is, what happens in stack navigator, that the very first screen is the default screen. Now there is no piece of code which defines that on click of a particular anime we should go to the anime details screen, right? So if I would place this screen on top, and if I restart the server, you can see that anime details screen is now mounted, right? Because whichever comes first in the app stack navigator.screen inside the app stack navigator.navigator, that is considered as the first screen, right? And these screens are also referred as routes. So in web world we have something called as routing, so something similar we are trying to do here, right? Now there is one more thing which we can do is we can have initial route, and we can say initial route as home. So now if I do that and if I reload, what happens? Even though the anime detail screen is kept topmost, but since we have defined the initial route name and the initial route name is home, so it will look, do I have a screen with the name home? Yes, I have. So that is the initial route. So it will start rendering that first, right? So now let's build some logic so that we'll be able to click on any of these anime and open the anime detail screen, which will show the details of that particular anime. So we'll continue that in the next video. Thank you.